Hey guys, how you doing? Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your NHL playoff preview and prediction on tonight's game number 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. It is Wednesday, June 1st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Alright, what I normally do in these segments is I'll give you the analytics to game number 1 between the Rangers and Lightning, and then I'll give you my personal opinion who I think will win the game and the series later on in the show. Alright, let's talk about the Lightning as a 132 road favorite in game number 1 against the New York Rangers. Puck drops at 8 p.m. Eastern at Madison Square Gardens. ATS forecast system play going to go with the Rangers in game number 1. 2.8 to 2.5, the over-under at 5.35, so it does like it to go under the total. Looking at the last 10 games for Tampa Bay, 8-2 straight up, 5-5 when it comes to the over-under. And for the New York Rangers, off that big win number 7 against Carolina, they are 7-3 straight up and also 5-5 when it comes to the over-under. The daily market value index, I did have Tampa Bay listed at -119 as my price tag, and you can see they're a bit overvalued at -132. The chance of winning, though, going to the home team, the New York Rangers, 56.6% chance of winning compared to 41.8 for Tampa Bay, and your Kogel sitting at a pretty high 59%. Kogel stands for chance of game going over the total. The Tampa Bay Lightning on a 6-game win streak, last 5 have gone under the total, while New York on a 2-game high, and the last 2 have also gone over the total. Alright, let's get to your fun fact department, and then I'll get to my personal opinion on the series. You can see here, any NHL road team this year coming off a 6-game win streak, and when you think about it, Tampa Bay last loss was game 5 of the series against the Toronto Maple Leafs because they swept Florida. The under is 8-3 for the road team, so maybe the under is where you want to lean here tonight. Alright, here's my personal opinion on the series and game 1. Game 1, I think you're going to have a fill-up period. You have a team like Tampa Bay who haven't played in 8 days, right? And if you haven't played in 8 days, there's a bit of a rust factor, and it's all timing. It's all about timing. And New York, they've been playing every second day, so they play one, rest one, play one, rest one. But when you rest, you see what I'm saying there? Like, the timing can be off, right? So I think it's going to be a fill-up situation in the first period. The crowd's going to be rocking at Madison Square Garden. But when I see game number 1, it's going to boil down to power play and goaltending, right? That's, I have a saying in playoff hockey, have goalie will travel. And if you got a good goaltender and he's standing on his head and he's doing everything to give his team the best shot, sometimes the best team doesn't win, but the best goalie does, right? And you got 2 great goalies, and the one thing with Vasilevsky, coming off a loss, he's nearly impossible to beat in the next game, right? If you look at his record, I don't have it on hand, but I'm sure it's like 15-1 or 15-0. It's just a crazy record off a loss. So the one thing from a Tampa Bay point of view, if they do lose a game, their bounce back factor is really high with Vasilevsky between the pipes. And Igor has shown cracked in the armor sometimes this year. He goes into a little bit of a hiccup, but he bounces back nicely. Rangers on the year, I think the series is 3-0 this season. If I look at some of the last game they faced was on March 19th. It was 2-1 for the Rangers, then 4-0, and then let me see here, December 31st, 4-3. So some good. So going into this series, the Rangers do have a bit of a mental edge, but when you get to the playoffs, you can throw all those records out the window because it's the old Janet Jackson song. What have you done for me lately? And when I look at the New York Rangers and I look at the Tampa Bay Lightning between the pipes, pretty much even, maybe a little. A little slight edge to Tampa Bay because Vasilevsky's got those 2 Stanley Cup rings, and Igor's still getting his career going, right? Defensively, you got Victor Hedman here, and you look at the New York Rangers, you got, let me see here on the back end, you got Adam Fox, who's been pretty good. So, again, a little bit of an edge to Tampa Bay, and they're pretty heavy on the back end too, right? Chernak and Sergachev. Sergachev, to me, is the most underrated defenseman in the league. He doesn't get, he's under the limelight of Hedman, right? So I think Sergachev is a very underrated defenseman. And then when you look at the forwards, pretty much even, right? Pretty much even. The thing that I think is going to be the big difference is your best players got to be your best players in the series. And I think Kucherov right now is the best player in the playoffs right now. I think he's having one heck of a playoff. So I got to give the edge to the Tampa Bay Lightning to win the series. I got Tampa Bay in 7. I think it's going to be one of those slow rolling things. starts. And then I think, when their back's up against the wall, that's when they play their best hockey. I do like Tampa Bay to win in 7, but I do like the Rangers in game number 1. I'm seeing a 3-2 type final, maybe 3-1 empty netter, but that's the way I see this playing out. Yesterday I said the Colorado would win that game. I had 4-2. They won by 2, but I didn't expect to have 14 goals in the game yesterday. But that's hey, when the bookmaker puts a line of 7 out there, and when you look at that total 7, and you look at this one at 5.5, not trying to think ahead to the Stanley Cup Finals, but you got an offensive powerhouse either in Edmonton or Colorado is going to make it out of there against a defensive type team like Tampa Bay and New York. It's going to be a good Stanley Cup Final, but staying within the framework of this one. I think tonight you're going to see a feel-out period in the first period, a feel-out process, but I got a feeling that Tampa Bay it will be a little bit rusty, and I see the Rangers coming in, playing very line matching. John Cooper, Gerard Gallant. It's going to be a great coaching matchup, but I got the Rangers winning game 1, Tampa Bay winning the series. All right, there you have it. That is my preview and prediction on the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final between Tampa Bay and the New York Rangers. Going to be a great one. And we'll see how it goes. Cheers.